All right, boys and girls, I'm just going to be talking you through this trifold for boxes 1, 2, and 3 today. My board is not really working. I'll see if I can get it to work on this page, but it hasn't been working very well this evening, which is pretty frustrating considering all the circumstances. But anyways, I'm not going to dive into that. 1, 2, and 3 we're going to do. If I can't write it, just make sure you're listening because I am going to talk you through it, okay? Number 1, anyway, is always on your own. It's the essential question for today. How can insects be helpful? So yeah, a lot of times we think insects are pesky little thing. They're pests, which they use that in the story a lot. Fly Guy was a pest, okay? They're annoying. They're just a pain in the rear, okay? We don't like insects. They bother us. They're annoying, okay? But how can insects be helpful to us? They are very helpful to the outside world and to the environment. They're just not very helpful when they get in your house, okay? So go ahead and give me 1 or 2 sentences and tell me how insects are helpful, and then draw your picture. That is your essential question for today. You can do that at the end if you would like to go back to that question, or you can pause the video now. All right, this story is fantasy. List 2 characteristics of a fantasy story. Well, this is easy. We've been reading tons of fantasy stories this year. So coming up with 2 things that tell us something is fantasy is going to be pretty easy. What's one thing that you can think of right off the top of your head that tells us something is fantasy? I know most of you, when we talk about this, excuse me, when we talk about this in class, a lot of you like to say, to start off, the pictures, see? Let's see if I can try this again. Letting me write. Yay, I got it. All right, the pictures aren't real. A lot of times the pictures are like paintings or drawings, and they don't show real things, okay? So the pictures aren't real. Now, you might come up with totally different answers for this, and that's fine, okay? There are more than what I'm giving you. And another thing that tells us it's fantasy is a lot of times animals are talking, or animals are wearing clothes, okay, or animals are just doing things that they wouldn't normally do in the real world. Okay, those are my 2 examples. If you can think of something else, go ahead and add that down. You don't have to use my 2, but I tried to come up with answers that I knew you would respond to in class. So pictures aren't real, and the animals are talking. For the next part, I'm going to give you a big break, so hopefully you're tuning in. This is dictionary skills. Now, I know probably not all of you have a dictionary, but I know you can look stuff up online, but I'm not going to make you do that. So for this one, all you're going to do, it says use a dictionary to write the definition of the word. Draw a picture to represent the word. So our word is slimy, okay? I am not going to make you write a definition here. Okay, all you have to do is write a sentence using slimy. So again, write a sentence using slimy, and then you're going to draw a picture of your sentence down below. So you do not need to fill in this part of the box. Again, 1 sentence using slimy on the line, and then draw a picture of your sentence down below. You do not need a dictionary or look this word up online, okay? Write a sentence and then draw your picture. And the last part, we're going to draw a picture of Fly Guy at the beginning, middle, and end of the story. How could you describe Fly Guy at the very beginning? I would say that he was mad, okay? Fly Guy was mad. I'm going to stand in front here. He was not happy at Buzz for catching him and for putting him in a jar. So Fly Guy was not very happy at the beginning of the story. He didn't understand what was really going on, and he didn't know Buzz then, so he didn't know what Buzz was doing, and he wasn't friends with Buzz yet. So Fly Guy was mad. Now, you could break this up into chapters. So chapter 1, Fly Guy was mad. Chapter 2, if you go back through and look at your pictures, how could you describe Fly Guy there? Fly Guy was scared in chapter 2 because Buzz's dad was trying to kill him with a fly swatter. Fly Guy he was chasing him around, scared. So in chapter 2, Fly Guy was scared. And then at the end, boys and girls, how did Fly Guy feel? How did things change for him at the end? I would say Fly Guy, you could say Fly Guy was happy or maybe excited. Okay, I'll put excited down here too. Because he just won that big prize. He was doing amazing things. He was doing tricks for the show. And the judges weren't going to let Fly Guy be in the pet show because he said, flies aren't pets, they're pests. Okay, they annoy us, but that is not allowed in the pet show. But Fly Guy started to do all of those tricks and really impress those judges. So Fly Guy was happy or excited. In these boxes, you're going to draw a picture of Fly Guy and describing what your sentence says. So Fly Guy was excited here, Fly Guy was scared, and at the top, Fly Guy was mad. So you're going to finish that page, and then you're all done with your last trifold of the year, boys and girls. Awesome job. Thank you so much for working hard. You just have your assessment pieces tomorrow and Friday, and then you're done for the week. So fantastic work, and thank you for working so hard for me.